then we go over here. I'm going to change this to actually being live. To the Table Talk 101. So, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Hyper_1, here on Table Talk Thursday. This is episode 69. And we have my co-host over there, who doesn't really exist. He's the ethereal meme lord. It's just a spinning news thing. Where Kenneth would normally be, it's just his background, because he didn't want to set up the caution. I'm also not in the normal setup either. I'm in my room, and my gaming chair. Whatever.
Welcome to the lazy stream day.
I mean, it's episode 69. It is what it is. Anyway. So without further ado, go ahead and get us started, Kenneth.
Alright, starting us off at the top. This is actually an update to a story that we talked about at the end of last year about South Africa, and they're wanting to allow for land expropriation. And it looks like it's finally going through with the amendment cleared to allow land expropriation without compensation. So this is actually a very worrying thing, as we talked about how Zimbabwe did something similar in the 90s, which destroyed their agricultural economy and plunged the nation into a famine. And, well, it's probably likely to happen here in South Africa, and it will be a bloody and destructive movement. To give some background into South Africa and a lot of Southern Africa in general, is that a lot of the land is owned by white people, essentially, in part due to the colonialization that happened by Europeans in the 1800s and etc. before then, and the majority population is mostly black, so there's a lot of racial tensions, especially considering that there was apartheid, which is very severe segregation. So the sentiment against white people in these nations are quite strong, which is why they're hoping to get away with this. Yeah, your thoughts, Harvey?
Racial prejudices are bad.
Thank you for those words of wisdom.
I was pissy and not paying attention. But yes, interspecies prejudices may be a hard thing to overcome.
Yes, interspecies prejudice.
That's a quote from Red vs. Blue, by the way. So yeah, no, but yeah, that was when Andy the Bomb was talking shit on the Spartans. The aliens called them, or he called them Shishinos, which it was like a slur, basically. It's just like, that's funny. It's like, I do not use the word Shishino unless I'm speaking with a Shishino or talking about a Shishino. It's like, God damn it, dude. Anyway, no, but yeah.
Yes, but and as I was saying, critics fear the expropriation could lead to land grabs. There's already a worrying number of white farmers in South Africa who've been killed or attacked. And in a recent news interview, the president or prime minister of South Africa said that a proper reading of the Constitution allowed expropriation of land without compensation, quote unquote, in the public interest. He said it become patently clear that the people want the Constitution to be more explicit on the matter. So, around 10% of land in white ownership has been transferred to black owners since the end of apartheid, which is only about a third of the ANC's target, which the ANC is the... I don't actually know. It's an acronym for the major political party there. So yeah, we'll see what develops from this, I'm not expecting good things to happen. I'm expecting another Zimbabwe on our hands, which is doubly tragic considering, like, Cape Town, as we covered that a few weeks ago, is basically going through a drought so severe that the city's literally entirely going to run out of water, and that they're having to truck in water daily to supply to the citizens.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah, it's a major city with like millions or a couple hundreds of thousands to millions of people.
Whatever, got a big rat. Should have had a V8.
It is.
Onward. Ah, yes. Edgar, as boys arrested over eggs and flour attack, get police protection. That's interesting. The site cannot be reached.
Huh?
The site cannot. There we go. You gave me the site cannot be reached. Anyway, a mother of a boy arrested for attacking a vulnerable woman with eggs and flour has claimed that the backlash from her child's actions has ruined his 16th birthday.
So let's pull up the picture here. I'm gonna pull up the site.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that.
Okay.
This is the old way we did this. This is how we're doing this now. Forever.
I mean, just look at these bunch of assholes, and this poor woman is just slumped over, covered in flour and eggs.
These all look like a bunch of generic dickholes. You know what?
Yeah,
all of these, just without even seeing their faces, all I'm seeing is a bunch of Logan Paul.
Oh, this is yes, exactly correct. This is such the kind of thing that Logan Paul would do.
I'm not even sure what's going on here. It's like he's doing the metal horns, but then he sticks his finger out. I think that's like a universal statement for I would like somebody to like shove a finger in my bum into my mouth or something. I don't know. There's something going on here. This ain't no gang sign. And then there's this dude doing the finger thing. So it's like he wants somebody to fucking claim his hole. This dude's pointing, so he'll fuck your hole. This dude's just beating his meat in the background, so he just takes a Dutch rudder. I mean, like, these kids are obviously retarded. This dude's just chilling on his bike with his side pack, fanny pack, whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know.
It's just some sort of shoulder bag. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just this dude just awkwardly standing back here. I don't do that. But anyway, so yes. Police have been slammed for protecting the welfare of the 6 boys who were allegedly involved in the attack on the woman in Bury St. Edmunds, Suffolk. The families of the teenagers were forced to ask for police protection after a picture of the gang posing next to the cowering woman circulated online, sparking mass outrage. The photo caused a furious response, with people deeming the boys thugs and yobs, whatever the fuck that means.
UK slang.
Yep. 5 boys have been arrested in relation to the attack, and 6 boys have been questioned under caution, police said. The stepmother of one of the boys arrested told the son that the backlash her child had received from the public had ruined his 16th birthday. She said,
well, you know what? If he wasn't a douchebag, it wouldn't have had his birthday ruined.
I mean, he deserved it.
Okay.
It's like the whole treat people how you want to be treated thing. So, like, obviously, people should come and fucking hate you and just tear your ass up. Because, well, fair is fair in my world. Even though an eye for an eye is the world blind, as stated by somebody, but I believe for things like this, an eye for an eye is completely fine. I believe a lot in eye for an eye. Because, well, I don't know.
I believe in that full statement. It makes the whole world go blind.
Yeah. Anyway. So, yeah. I reported my son's name has been leaked over the internet, and we've had threats. Oh well. I reported the abuse to police, and we're under their protection. This isn't what we need. It's my son's 60th birthday, and we've got family here for his party. Basically.
Now, here's what I'd like to tell to these parents, not that they're watching, but I mean, I would just say, yes, your son's a douchebag, and you're terrible parents for raising him that way. You should be ashamed of yourself.
I mean, it's not like they fucking brought him up that way. That doesn't necessarily make the kid that way.
No. Proper parenting.
Proper parenting.
And this kid wouldn't be this way.
So I have to disagree only on the basis that there's sometimes only so many things you can do. But in the end, your kid makes their own choice. Everybody makes their own choice. You can be the best parent in the world.
It's the parent's responsibility to try and raise their kid as best they can.
Yeah, and you can do that. But a kid can still ultimately turn and just go fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like, that won't stop that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So we don't know. Obviously, though, with the way this chick's acting, I mean, maybe. But like, they fairly do need protection if they're getting, death threats and stuff. Even though the kid deserves it on the level, it's still, whatever. Okay. It's okay, but not okay at the same time. Good old cognitive dissonance. Welcome to my life. Anyway. Yeah. So anyway, police confirmed they were safeguarding the boys on Monday. This decision angered some members of the local community, but local Stuart Blowers name told the Sun he thought the police were a joke. It is disgusting that they were going to get police protection after what they did to that lady, he said. Acting Detective Superintendent Barry Barker said, "This is a live investigation, and we do not support vigilantism in any way, shape, or form. Social media users should remember that sharing names and images which may later form part of a criminal investigation can disrupt or jeopardize the case. We are satisfied that we have spoken to everyone involved with the incident, and we are continuing to support the victim." So there you go.
Alright, on to Korea. At the great nation of Korea.
I am not surprised by this, in all honesty. This is like a Asian thing. This is one of those Asian things I'm very certain.
Yep.
Oh, I've never updated the topic, but, whatever. The topic. We're just gonna call it short news. Just call it short show. Short topic, short show. Cool.
Well, it's apt considering we're talking about South Korea.
Yes.
Anyways,
that would be
South
North Korea specifically. Kim Jong-un, no. Oh, this is wearing like a ski mask with the puffball in this picture. Also, look at how low those stalls are. Like, you have to put effort in on that.
Anyways, South Korea's spy cam porn epidemic.
I love porn!
So it says here,
this is a fitting story for episode 69.
Apparently. So this is talking from the author's point of view. So I can remember the first time I heard about South Korea's spy cams after arriving in Seoul, running to the public loo. Wow, such British.
I was going to the loo.
They just pop into the loo along the River Han while on a motorbike, and then this quote here: "Check, it doesn't have a camera in it," she shouted as they ran in. They turned around and left, but she wasn't kidding. Apparently, in South Korea, that many women have said the first thing they do when they go into a public restroom in South Korea is check for any peepholes or cameras, just in case, because the country's in the grip of what's been described as a spy cam epidemic.
So to be fair, this happens even in America land, like in some places.
Yeah, but it's apparently extremely persistent. That they have like whole teams of people that go in with like special equipment to try and like find cameras and such, and find people to arrest, because this is apparently extremely pervasive.
Yeah, it is.
Yep. So activists in Seoul now warn that unless more is done to prevent it, that this type of crime is more likely to spread to other countries and will prove difficult to stop. More than 6,000 cases of so-called spy cam porn are reported to the police each year, with more than 80% of the victims are women. It's feared that hundreds more don't come forward to tell their stories. Some are filmed by the men they thought were their friends. So apparently,
I love that part.
Yeah, but I'm just jumping down. But it's not just a Korean problem. Even though South Korea is one of the most technologically advanced and digitally connected countries in the world, leading the world in smartphone ownership at nearly 90% of adults having one and 93% having access to the internet. Wow, that is extremely high. Crazy. But they are also a small nation. But these very advances can make crimes extremely difficult to detect. let's see. Distribution is the big challenge. The host sites put forward a defense saying they don't know these videos were filmed illegally. And then people are like, really? How can you not? No. So this woman targeted the distributors and believes that it needs to be an international effort. Well, it really need to be, because I mean, it's so easy to post content anywhere in the world.
Yes, good old glory of the internet.
And also, I mean, it's not just posting content anywhere in the world, but it's also like, okay, where's the website hosted? Okay, where's the content of the website is hosted? You know, how many layers of hosting do you have to get before you, find where it is? Yeah, but it's not all. So digital sex crimes are not just a problem in Korea. There have been cases in Sweden and in the United States. But South Korea is so technologically advanced, with the fastest and most accessible internet in the world. But it's pretty interesting. So apparently it talks about it's Inspector Park Kwang-mi, who spent more than 2 years searching the more than 1,500 bathrooms in the Yongsan area of the city. The BBC joined her on one sweep, and she told us that she was looking for any holes in the walls where a camera might be placed. I am learning how difficult it is to catch these criminals. The men install the camera and take it down within 15 minutes.
That's really quick. That's not even enough to get like a good bit of shit. Unless like you're specifically targeting somebody, I don't think I can see anybody doing that.
Well, I mean, clearly it's very pervasive.
Yeah, but how the fuck do you do that and then like, get back out and shit?
I guess it depends on the type of bathroom.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's a public bathroom, I feel like it's hard.
That might make it easier because, I mean, it's a public bathroom, so everybody would, have access to it. Mm-hmm. So it'd probably make it easier because access is probably the biggest thing, and the ability to set up these things and take them down quickly. Mm. Especially with how small cameras are, you got like those pinhole cameras. So apparently arrests are made in this whole process, with more than 6,465 cases reported last year, and more than 5,000 people taken into custody. But out of all of that, only 119 went to prison, or just 2%.
Really?
That is crazy. I guess they just don't really have enough evidence. It's probably pretty difficult. Anyways. Well, that about covers it.
Why did my Rex go up? Question mark? Oh, yeah, there's probably other charges. I'm trying to check out what I'm paying for.
So I have some breaking news here that the UN is condemning Donald Trump's attacks on the media.
What?
Saying they're worried about his attacks raising the risk of violence to journalists.
Oh, because of the shooting thing that happened, I'm guessing?
And that they undermine the freedom of the press and verifiable facts. Well, because he calls the press the enemy of the people. I mean, if that's not an assault on, the First Amendment and freedom of the press, I don't know what is.
No, I definitely have to agree with that. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. And the UN's stepping in and says, no, Trump is a problem. He needs to fix his language. Because, I mean, it's a very dangerous thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, that particular phrase, but also with how much he's used it and how much he tries to promote that idea among his followers. It's dangerous.
Billing fee of fucking $7.28. I don't have a billing fee of $7.28 for sure.
I mean, even the Republicans are coming out and saying shit like Republican Senator Jeff Flake of Arizona has compared Trump to former USSR dictator Joseph Stalin. Well, Anthony Scaramucci, which was one of the recent Trump press secretaries to be ousted after like 6 days in office. He says the behavior is just not who we are.
Agreed.
But I mean, it's crazy. This president has everybody against him. Republicans, Democrats, I mean, just general everyday people. I mean, who the hell likes this guy at this point, really?
His constituents still seem to like him, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but his constituents are only like 20-25% of the nation.
Right? His constituents are the retard.
Anyways, I just saw that it recently come out, so.
No, that's pretty fun for me. Alright. Barbaric coffins destroyed. Seized Chinese province. Executes hardline burial-free policy. What? I'm mildly surprised by this.
Yeah.
Look at the shock and the mild surprise in my face.
Mild shock. I don't have that GIF, goddammit. I need to get it now.
I don't know what mild shock the gift is, for sure.
I will show it to you whenever I get it.
So yeah, here's a picture of a shit ton of coffins that are really fucked up. Those coffins look awful, by the way. They don't even look like coffins. These look more like fucking grandfather clocks. To be real with you.
Well, it's, poor Chinese people.
I guess. I mean, really, like, to be fair, that's the most correct way to do a coffin, because coffins cost as much as, like, a car here in America, and, like, all it does is has your dead body and you rot inside of it.
Do they really cost? I mean, I know a coffin can cost,
there's some of them cost, like,
$2,000.
No, some of them can cost upwards of, like, $20K, like, for the... That's for the coffin...
What the fuck are they made out of?
Coffin, the burial service, everything. That's if you want a really nice one.
Fuck that
Getting
shit.
buried is expensive, mate. Getting cremated is still like $5,000 flat or something like that.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Go look it up, man. Dying costs money. It's like, oh, I'm in crippling debt. I think I'll just die. And then you realize dying just costs even more. Anyway. So yeah, authorities in China's southeast have confiscated, destroyed, and even exhumed coffins in accordance with a controversial zero burial policy, according to local media reports. The Zhengzhi provincial government wants locals to only cremate their loved ones' remains, but poor families in rural areas of China often spend a fortune saving up for coffins and expensive burial rituals. I mean, so burying the dead has been a long since thing. It's just a thing. Mild shock. Okay, well, nobody can see that but me.
Yeah, I know.
Great. Anyway.
Well, turn it on.
I don't want to. Alright.
Come on.
Got you.
Okay, there we go.
It's a live representation of my face.
Mild shock.
Shoot it. Yeah. It's not doing anything, can it?
It's supposed to be.
Nope.
Why isn't it? Isn't it?
Nope. We're not getting any mild shock here, mate.
Is this button not working? Hello? Okay, fine. I'll fix the button later. Mild shock. There we go.
Yeah, perfect. There we go. He's happy.
Okay, oh, that's why that didn't work.
Anyway. Oh, whoa, hello. Whoa, God. You just switched to a fucking source that was just fucking talk show. That scared me.
There we go. Now it works.
It was too meta. Well, I see myself while I'm seeing you. I'm seeing myself while I'm seeing you.
Now look at you, now look at me, now look at me, now look at you.
And now I'm inside. Oh, apparently Restream's updated. Interesting. Yeah. It's a hardline rollout of the policy, which is reportedly being executed to adopt more eco-friendly practices, but observers suggest it is a bit to preserve land space, has even drawn rebuke from Beijing state media as barbaric.
Now that's really surprising that even Beijing's like, yeah, we can't stand by this, this is too much.
I thought China had a shit ton of land. Like, yeah, they have a shit ton of people, but they also have a shit ton of land. China's huge.
Yeah, but I think... I guess it really depends on the province.
Yeah.
How much land that's actually usable.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so yeah, photos on Chinese social media shows officials removing coffins from homes and facing resistance from the owners after being seized. The coffins placed side by side and smashed to pieces using excavators. Yeah, but What if there were dead bodies in those?
Well, they weren't. So it talks about here. It talks about it here in the article. But apparently, the elderly.
Yeah, it's right here.
Well,
I was about
actually,
to
it's
read
right
it.
there.
Yeah. Elderly people in many villages in the province store their coffins in their homes, believing that they will be rewarded with a longer life the earlier they prepare. The state-owned Global Times newspaper reported. Some old people even tried to climb inside their coffins in an effort to stop them.
As the picture shows there.
Yep. Man, these are tiny people to fit in tiny grandfather clock coffins. This fucking, like, mad hog back here. Anyway, yeah, so authorities in Zhengzhi have been conducting a campaign against burials since April this year. The Golden Times said Zhengzhi authorities collected more than 5,000 coffins last month. However, other reports said tens of thousands have been confiscated since the beginning of the policy. At least one body was even exhumed in one county after being buried in violation of policy. The China Morning Post reported. Families who voluntarily gave up their coffins received compensation, but those who resisted received no money and could even face fines. Reports from earlier this year suggested that amount in compensation was less than what many paid for the caskets. I don't know how much you can pay for this as a casket. That's weak. Again, like a grandfather clock. Like, also you could just build your own. Just get some wood, build it. Cut down some trees, build it. I believe in you. You're China. I mean, you build everything else, so yeah, build it.
I mean, I'm sure most coffins are probably built in China.
Oh fuck, I didn't even go there. No. So anyway, yep.
Anyway, so yeah, China's doing bullshit policies that are
don't even make sense and that are ridiculous. I think if you sit lower into my chair. I get low. I love how.
I get low, get low, get low.
I love how my restream chat is. Not even restream, it's just free.
Yeah. It's.
Oh no. End it. Somebody end it. Alright. Yeah.
Anyway, on to Venezuela, that great South American nation in massive amounts of debt.
We also talking about Brazil.
So, Venezuela's all-powerful Constituent Assembly on Thursday voted to legalize money exchange operations to relax the strict currency controls imposed by the social government that have throttled the oil-rich nation's economy. And there's a woman with probably hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of their monopoly money.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of their money, but actually like pennies worth of American money.
Pretty much. Like, let me pull up the exchange rate between the USD and the. I think it's the Bolivar.
It said on the money. Said,
yeah, here it is.
Yeah, but
it's the Venezuelan Bolivar. It is 172,485 Venezuelan bolivars to $1.
So, can we get a good house in Venezuela for that much? Because, like, shit.
Well, when you look at the average minimum wage of a Venezuelan person being like $1.50, I mean, you go there with like $10,000 and you could probably buy a mansion, like in a sprawling estate kind of deal. Anyways, so the measure's reach was not immediately clear, and previous moves to tweak the economic model have had little impact. And it is unlikely, economists say, that President Nicolas Maduro's government would do away completely with currency controls, first introduced by Hugo Chavez in 2003. The decision, however, appears to be a sign that the Maduro government recognizes the impact of the controls on Venezuela's economy, which is in its fifth year of recession, with inflation expected to hit 1,000,000%. It's insane.
$1 million.
Pretty much. That's how much a dollar's going to be worth there eventually. Like, literally, we go back to this chart thing. So, in 2000, so at the beginning of the year, it was $10, $1 to 10 Venezuelan bolivars.
That's like kind of how pesos work.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
And literally in like between a day, between February 6th to February 9th, it jumped immediately to 25,000 to 1.
Wow, that's ridiculous, actually.
So that money devalued by an insane amount.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's at 172,000
Jesus.
with a huge spike happening in, well, actually fucking like 2 weeks ago, where it jumped 50,000 bolivar. So this currency is going to keep climbing.
Gross.
By the end of the year, it will probably hit somewhere in about, well, I'm going to go with something to say about 1,000,000 to 1.
So what I'm hearing is I need to go, like, cash out $20 and just go live the rich life over there for, like, a few days and then come back and be like, okay, that was neat. I now own land and half of the country of Venezuela. Whoopsie. I accidentally bought Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can't change things when I do that. Oh yeah, I can do that right now. I was gonna try to read something and I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
So good. Oh wow. Someone's eating dinner at Waffle
Banking in
House.
Venezuela now requires a backpack.
Oh what? Oh, a backpack.
Yeah, because it's just so much money.
It's just loads of money. Anyway, I've already done.
Yep. Anyways, back to this here.
Oh,
So
you're not done.
yeah. Yes, it says here. So, like I said, the minimum wage is $1.50 a month.
Have like their money or $1.50?
No, a U.S. dollar.
I mean, is that enough to pay for their shit? Oh, barely enough to buy a car. So hundreds of thousands of dollars is barely enough to buy a carton of eggs.
Some eggs. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's literally, well, freaking 260,000 Venezuelan bolivars.
So basically the conversion rate still semi like flows. It just literally takes a shit ton of the dollars.
This is more equivalent to Germany after World War I, where they went through hyperinflation.
Mm-hmm.
This is super hyperinflation.
Yeah.
Like Germany, because
So wait,
we've all seen.
So here's the theory: you buy all of that money, and then when you just sit on it, and then whenever the inflation like drops to reasonable levels, you would be super rich.
It doesn't normally work that way.
No.
The country normally goes bankrupt, and the money's worthless. Like, if you ever look at a history book, whenever people talk about the hyperinflation, and you see just like German kids just playing with stacks and stacks of money, and people with just wheelbarrows full of money that was enough to barely buy bread, and people were just burning it because it was cheaper to heat their house with the money than it was to go out and buy, to get coal or something.
Yeah.
So that's essentially where we are with Venezuela. Yep, and apparently the government currently fixes sales of dollars at the official rate of 172,000 bolivars per dollar, while apparently the black market rate is around 3.8 million bolivars per dollar.
So what I'm hearing is that we need to fucking roll up to the black market and be like, yo, here's fucking $20.
We're now multi-millionaires.
Holy shit.
With a useless currency.
Dude, no, you think it's small time. Give them like $1,000 and billionaires.
Well, let's see. At $1 for 3.8 million. I mean, we can do the math.
Yes, we can. So 100 would be 300 million. So yeah, you go further. One zero further. Billion.
So we'd need $263
to become
billionaires.
What? That's it?
Yeah, if we went by the black market rate.
Oh yeah, because it's 3 places. Wow. Yes.
So, you want to become billionaires
Dude,
in a worthless currency?
I could do that right now. Oh, God. It's actually kind of tempting.
Just to say you're a billionaire?
Yes.
Oh, I'm a billionaire. Wow, you have $1 billion?
Yes.
Yes.
Venezuelan dollars. It's not even worth the money the paper's printed on. By like,
it really isn't, like, if you think the penny is bad,
yeah.
because the penny's worth more as a penny than it is, the material is than the penny's worth.
Mm-hmm.
We need to just get rid of the penny.
Basically.
Just round up to fives.
Yep. We should just go with fucking, like, how Japan does it, where, like, it's all increments 100. So 1 is literally, 1 with 100, and, like, it's a silver coin, but then you go to, 5 and then 100.
Well, the yen is actually still... The yen's not profitable.
Yeah.
It costs more to produce the yen than it's worth.
I'm just saying the way their money system works, like, makes sense.
Our money system is fine. Our money system doesn't need to change. We just need to get rid of the damn penny.
Yeah. No.
Like, just leave us with quarters, nickels, and dimes.
Nah, it's fine. Stop printing money. Anyway, so yeah, that's...
Yep, so Venezuela is a burning down around. People are starving, and there's practically a civil war going to break out. But hey, you can become a billionaire.
Yes. Hey, I'll become a billionaire in your money, and then throw all this useless money at people who get guns, like creative guns for you guys. Therefore, you guys can fight under my name. Oh no, I became the CIA on accident. Basically.
Well, I mean, if you pay people like, $5 a month, you'd be paying them well over minimum wage for the month.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you could hire people for next to nothing.
Yes.
Like $1,000 could probably last you like a year, easy or more.
It's like
a full staff of people.
Yeah, I'll say if I wanted to drop like a couple $100 a month, dude, I could fucking I got my own private army.
Yeah, a private army or a private villa.
I mean, both.
Yeah. Now I've got you thinking about it.
Yep. I could live like a king. Yeah, yes.
Anyways, on to the next story.
On to the next story.
Which directly relates... Well, it has some relation to you.
Why is it me? This is what we literally were kind of talking about earlier. Dying doesn't make fucking anything easier. Alright. So, deceased and still in debt. The student loans that don't get forgiven. Welcome to... yes. Here we go. The best company. It's not clear how many deceased students Navid is chasing for money, but the company has been riddled with controversy. A report published by the Brookings Institution analyzed data on the 1.2... Is that trillions? TN? 1.3 TN?
Yep, 1.3 trillion.
Of U.S.
student loan debt is like more than credit card debt and mortgage debt and most other kinds of debt. It's the number one debt.
Yep, and found that nearly 40% of borrowers could default on the student loans by 2023. So, anyway, back to the actual story. Because that's interesting. I thought it was going to be something about how many people were dead, shit, but whatever. So, in 2005, Sean Bennett took out a student loan with Sally Mae, which is what my sister did too. In 2010, he graduated from college, and in 2011, when Sean was 23 years old, he died in a car accident. At first, Sally Mae sent out a letter of condolence to Sean's parents, explaining that they had a policy of forgiving debt if the recipient dies before they repay it. They could afford to forgive in the first quarter of this year alone. Sally Mae made $333 million in interest repayments from student loans. So yes, their policy of debt forgiveness is available on their website, but it also is in a file which Sean's parents have meticulously maintained. It contains Sean's loan application, his death certificate, and letters they received from Sean's lenders when they decided to chase the debt after all. So here we go.
Yeah, it's such bullshit.
something they're saying.
Just like, I mean, you just can't escape debt, can't escape student loans, not even in death itself.
Nope, that is never gonna happen.
I mean, fuck the government for the student loans, and all of the goddamn creditors who paid off the politicians to put this law into effect. Because this is, folks, for those who don't know, this is literally the single debt that you cannot get rid of any way. Like every other debt, you can go bankrupt, or just there are ways you can alleviate your burden of debt. If it's gotten to be outrageous, except for student loans, there's nothing you can do, and clearly here you can't even die. And get rid of it.
So in theory, you could die. I've also heard stories of where when you die, your shit gets transferred over to your surviving family member if they were a cosigner. All of
if they're a cosigner, then yes, because they are legally responsible to continue paying on it.
However, but the shitty part about that is the primary, lien holder's dead. So I would just tell them to suck my dick and never pay them any money. I mean, that's also...
Well, unfortunately, that ruins your credit score because...
Yeah, but unfortunately, if you leave it alone for so many years, it will. I think even student loans will eventually
drop 7 years. Off. Well, it never drops... I don't know if it drops off, but it stops being counted.
I'm pretty sure it drops off like other debt. Other debt literally disappears after so many years.
7 years.
Well, the other one's different. Other like collections are different and stuff like that.
It's generally always 7 years.
Meh. Nothing's up with my mic, and I don't know about Tarkov, but whatever. Anyway, 5 years went by. Sean's family tried to rebuild their lives without a son and a brother. Then, in 2017, the guarantors of Sean's student loan, friends of the family who have asked not to be named here, received a bill for $48,824.82. At the bottom of the letter, a breakdown of the amount owed, $39,605.55 for the principal, plus $9,219 $27 in unpaid interest and unpaid fees. At the top of the letter, there was a name neither Sean's guarantors nor his family had ever heard of. Navient. Ha! Ah! Yes, these assholes. Sallie Mae split into two companies in 2014, Sallie Mae and Navient, and the latter has lucrative contracts to collect payments on behalf of banks, government, and other lenders. Navient became responsible for Sean's student loan as well as 12 million others, but the company soon ran into trouble. In 2017, a lawsuit filed by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau alleged that Navient systematically and illegally failed borrowers at every stage of repayment. The accusations were important for one of four student loan borrowers with debt managed by Navient. Student loans are now the only form of consumer debt that continued to grow in the wake of a housing crisis. A report published earlier this year found that the U.S. student debt appeared to be heading towards a similar crisis. The report, published by the Brookings Institution, as I said above, analyzed data on the $1.3 trillion of U.S. student loan debt and found that nearly 40% of borrowers could default on their student loans by 2023. Accusations against Navient include abusive interest charges, hurting disabled military veterans by making inaccurate reports to credit companies about them and making repayments harder than necessary. But perhaps the firm's future looks brighter. The Trump administration has repeatedly sought to curtail the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which filed the lawsuit against Navient. Most recently, in a proposal to cut the Bureau's budget by a quarter, such attacks were probably anticipated immediately after the election. Navient stock jumped from $13 to $18. You know what would be hilarious? If I bought Navient stock and paid them off with the stock that I owe.
Yeah, that would be.
Anyway, the financial aid application that Sean filled out in 2005 includes details of his family's assets. Their household earned $45,000 per year. Man, that's relatively low. And had over $13,000 in debt. Sean needed guarantors, and believing that Sean was a reliable kid who would get a job and pay off the loan, two family friends stepped in. Just before he died, Sean had finally gotten his first big job, working at a mobile phone network in Jamaica. What?
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, right? His brother said he was over the moon. It's not clear how many other deceased students Navient is chasing for money, but the company's short history has been riddled with controversy. Last year alone, 6,708 federal complaints were filed about the company, in addition to the 4,185 private complaints, more than any other student loan lender. Which I owe them money too.
I don't owe them money, thankfully.
Yep. I'm just going to stop There.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the last. In response to the question about Sean's case and the company's practices regarding loan forgiveness in case of death, Navient responded, "We extend our sympathies to our customers experiencing a loss of a loved one, and we work with them to offer assistance, which may include writing off or reducing the loan balance, lowering the interest rate, and reducing the loan payments." Wow. So, like, literally, they can do loan forgiveness, but they won't. That sucks dick. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. I was gonna say crucifixes, speaky things are just sitting there. It's fine. Everything's fine. All right.
Alrighty then.
On to the next one.
Forget. Yes, if I can open this story without this goddamn ad in my way. There we go. Thieves steal Swedish royal jewels and escape by speedboat. Sounds like a classic Hollywood heist. But it was actually very simple. So thieves carried out a daring daytime robbery, smashing a security case at a cathedral in Sweden and stole gold and jewel-encrusted crowns from the early 1600s before hopping onto bikes and escaping via a nearby lake. I love that that's their getaway vehicle. Well, that's the getaway vehicle to the getaway vehicle. So just hop on some bikes. It's fast enough.
They stole his royal jewels! Again, this is episode 69, everybody.
The two men pulled off the heist at Strängnäs Cathedral at noon on Tuesday and vanished abroad aboard a speedboat and/or jet skis into the vast patchwork of lakes around the city, located 60 miles from Stockholm.
60 kilometers.
The stolen artifacts.
60 kilometers, not miles.
60 kilometers.
Or 37 miles west of the Swedish capital, Stockholm.
Yeah. The stolen artifacts include a gold crown and orb dating to 1611 that were made for King Carl IX's funeral, as well as a jewel-encrusted crown dating to 1625 that was used for Queen Christina's funeral.
Wow, that's...
They are on display for an exhibition.
Huh. That's weird. This is some, like, fucking movie shit.
Yeah, I know, right? It's just like, National Treasure kind
That's
of
what
thing.
I was thinking about, except, like, with a better escape. So, like, I don't know. some movie that has, like, that kind of shit where they're, let's steal the thing and escape.
Ocean's 11
Sure.
or the Oceans?
Sure, yeah, but the Oceans don't just smash things. They do it, like, very meticulous, well-thought-out plan that goes awry, kind of.
Well, they thought out enough of a plan to get a speedboat.
Yep. You know what? I'd say it's more of a James Bond. Because this is kind of a James Bond thing. Go in stealthily, go ham, and then escape.
Yeah, but it's Bond. James Bond.
Also a speedboat.
And I mean, every mastermind and criminal knows who he is.
Yep.
Not exactly anywhere he can stealth into.
Right.
Yep. So apparently, according to the cathedral, the stolen pieces were kept in accordance with the prevailing safety regulations in a locked and alarm displays. Police sent out a helicopter and boat to hunt for the thieves, but found nothing. Authority says no one was hurt in the robbery, but did not provide further details. Yeah, so it's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
While the artifacts are of great historic and cultural value, the police expressed skepticism about whether the burglary would bring the perpetrators financial gain. The stolen pieces are impossible to sell because of their uniqueness and high visibility. The thieves would be logged at Interpol, establishing an international search. So it's pretty interesting, and they are correct. I mean, these are, amazing historic pieces, but I mean, you only really find a buyer on the black market.
I mean,
and even then,
some rich person that really likes it would buy it. Let's be real here.
They would try to, sure.
Yep. I mean, all they have to do is pose.
I think, and this is a pretty. I'm sure the Swedish people are kind of worried about this. Is that they just melt them down. Just remove the jewels, melt down the precious, metals, and just sell that if they're not able to get a price for the objects themselves. Anyways.
Alright. Interesting indeed. Alright, now on to our US news. And apparently on to my headset dying. Fantastic. Some sound.
Somebody once told me.
The wild is gonna run me. I ain't the sharpest in the shed. Oh, they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming, they don't stop coming, they still don't stop coming, and I don't stop coming when I'm coming. Anyway, 69 episode. Alright. So, haha. It's funny because we've talked about this. I find that funny. Anyway, yep. Oh, yeah, there we go. Switch over. So, U.S. says driving would be riskier if fuel standards were tougher. This is from the Associated Press, obviously AP. So, yeah. The Trump administration says people will drive more and be exposed to increased risk if their cars get better gas mileage. What? That's dumb. An argument intended to justify freezing Obama-era toughened fuel standards. I could see, like, not necessarily driving being riskier, but, like, I still think the ability for them to make good cars that are, all gas would be, it's too hard for them. I think that's why they're trying to get this pulled out. Anyway, transportation experts dispute the arguments contained in a draft of the administration's proposals prepared this summer, excerpts of which were obtained by the Associated Press. I will have to say, like, if I got better gas mileage, well, I already drive a lot anyway. I actually really don't care. The amount of money I spend on gas is negligible to how much money I make, so it doesn't matter to me. And I also enjoy driving.
I loathe driving with a passion, but I have a great efficient car.
Yep. So, anyway, yeah. The experts show that the administration plans to challenge California's long-standing authority to enact its own tougher pollution and fuel standards. Oh, wow. That's actually good news. So I would like that. So there's, enforcing rules across everyone. And that's California's rules, where they're, like, retardedly stringent on everything. So that's okay. That I'm okay with.
Well, it's not just California, but 12 other states are with California. Actually, 16 states are with California, which account for about 40% of the new car market. So it's not just California.
It just says that there, and I'm okay with that. Just because my boys in fucking Cali need to buy those modded intakes and shit, which are illegal in California. Like most car mods illegal. Not well. I mean, it's not like I would fucking stop me from doing anything. Since when has something being illegal ever fucking stopped me? Let's be real here. Anyway, revisions to the mileage requirements for 2021 through 2026 are still being worked on, the administration says, and changes could be made before the proposal is released as soon as this week. The Trump administration gave notice earlier this year that it would roll back tough new fuel standards put into place in the waning days of the Obama administration. Anticipating the new regulation, California and 16 other states sued the Trump administration in May. Overall, improvements over time have better long-term effects simply by not alienating consumers as compared to great leaps forward. In fuel efficiency and other technology, the administration argues,
That's just stupid. It's just like, improvements over time, just don't alienate people as compared to great leaps forward. I mean, like, what? They just want to be like, okay.
That just sounds like
what do they mean?
That's like a very raw, odd, and vague, and like I feel like it doesn't apply statement. I feel like this quote here is like the Chewbacca statement from fucking South Park. It's just something they said, and everyone's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, it sounds good." And it's like, what?
I love it. Contends that freezing the mileage requirement at 2020 levels would save 1,000 lives per year.
I'm not sure how, but sure.
Well, they go on to explain.
Yep. New vehicles would be cheaper and heavier. Wrong. If they don't have to meet more stringent fuel requirements and more people would buy them, the draft says, and that would put more drivers in safer, newer vehicles that pollute less. What? Oh, they would be
Basically, they're
cheaper and
saying that
heavier.
heavy.
Oh, they were saying they wouldn't be like increased and whatever. They're not going to be cheaper. That's for shit sure. The car market's
No,
insane right now, and heavier
they're also
heavier's the only thing.
relative.
So heavier's correct for like a V8 because again, it's got more cylinders, so it is heavier. So I don't know, but yeah, that is more relative. That's really stupid. I don't know. Then the cheaper thing is a bunch of crock of shit too. Like it doesn't matter.
It,
Yeah. And that would put more drivers in safer, newer vehicles that pollute less. Eh. At the same time, the draft says that people will drive less
like,
if the
how does
vehicle
that
gets
work?
fewer
Like, I
miles
don't
per
get how
gallon.
that works. So, if we make cars less efficient, it makes newer vehicles that are less efficient pollute less.
I don't know, but this is actually
You know,
accurate.
like if you put in a gallon of fuel and you're able to get 40 miles out of it, that means you're using more of it.
Yeah.
You're being more efficient with
So
it, which
so
means you're probably
so
outputting
this
less.
this part of the statement is true. The same draft says that people will drive less if the vehicles get fewer miles per gallon. Sometimes yes, or actually yes if you're poor, but that doesn't lower the risk of crashes.
But I mean,
That literally
let's
changes
consider
nothing.
most people use their vehicles to commute to
This has
work.
nothing to do with any of this previous statement. Lowering the risk of crashes cannot be done unless you can't even teach people. People are just retarded. You can't. I don't know if you can lower the risk of crashes because humans are like completely fallible and everything. Even robots are slightly fallible, so it doesn't matter. Currently, there is no real way. I mean, we can lower it, but like measurably lowering it to where kind of like eliminating it, like changing cars to whether or not they get fewer or more gas, mileage isn't going to stop wrecks. That's a stupid fucking statement. It's the dumbest shit I think I've ever heard. I've
Yeah.
heard dumber, but still. David Zuby, Chief Research Officer at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, said he's doubtful about the administration's climate estimate of lives saved because other factors could affect traffic deaths, such as automakers agreeing to make automatic emergency braking standard on all models before 2022. They're making assumptions about stuff that may or may not be the same, he said. Experts say the logic that heavier vehicles are safer doesn't hold because lighter, newer vehicles perform as well or better than older, heavier versions in crash tests, and because the weight difference between the Obama and Trump requirements would be minimal. So that's also true too. So people say,
Yep.
it's nice that your 1990s car, because we watched this. Did we talk about this here?
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah,
this.
it's cool that it takes less, dents and whatever, and takes more force to dent and actually brake. However, in a real wreck, both going 70 or some collisions, it just will kill you. Versus the crumple zones
Yeah.
are meant to keep you alive. Your car will be
Also,
completely fucked, but it's meant to keep you alive.
and also considering whenever cars are manufactured using lighter materials, just because they're lighter doesn't mean they're not stronger. As titanium and higher quality levels of steel and aluminum and carbon fiber and all that jazz get used in cars more, they can become stronger for it. Like look at all the Teslas. They get 5-star crash test safety ratings across the board. That shit is they worked on it to make sure that the points where impact happens would be specifically reinforced, to protect the driver. So they're wrong, of course, that heavier vehicles are better, safer.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, yeah, that's all just stupid as fuck. I'm not even gonna continue reading this because this is just the amount of Yeah. Hold on. Allow me to be skeptical, said Giorgio Rizzoni, an engineering professor and director of the Center for Automotive Research at Ohio State University. Oh no, he's from Ohio. To say that safety is a direct result of somehow freezing the fuel economy mandate for years, I think that's a stretch. And I definitely agree. That we're gonna end it on that quote because that's correct.
Accurate.
Like, this is fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. Show me some gifts that are relative to stupidity, Kenneth. Bring it. Bring me the gifts. I need the gifts. Accurate. It's my feeling when I read this. Like, yeah. The more you know. I don't know if that necessarily applies, but sure. We'll go with it. It's not solving a problem either. Anyway, carry on.
Anyways, so yeah, we have a bunch of douchebags in Colorado not allowing people to pass. I'm just kidding. This isn't really an important story. I was just looking at this and it ended up in here.
Oh, so you don't want this one in here?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Kill it.
But I mean, we can always. I mean, that's just a bunch of douchebags driving and not letting emergency vehicles through.
I mean, I'm just watching people drive past. So see, in Texas, that shit doesn't fly because like the cops will line up on the road and make everybody stuck down to one lane.
Yep.
And then like you're just fucked. I've
So
noticed there's so
on to
many people
more.
swerving around in that fucking video too. There's some people like close to the line and shit.
Yep.
So weird.
So on to more news about the current migrant situation. With the Trump administration being ordered to stop giving psychotropic drugs to migrant children without consent, a judge rules.
What? Hold on. Why does this even have to be ruled? What has been going on?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Are they fucking brainwashing children? Is this fucking good old CIA, whatever the fuck that project was called? Where they fuck...
MK Ultra?
Yeah, was this fucking MK Ultra? Like, legit? Again?
No, I just think that... So basically, what this all surrounds is a child, like, a facility. Because, as the migrant children came in, they were distributed to a bunch of facilities around the nation to support them.
Everyone else's children.
And basically some kids ended up at this facility. And I don't know whether the government actually cared what facility they ended up as long as they ended up somewhere.
I guess.
So, but this facility specifically focuses on... I'm gonna use air quotes. Rehabilitative treatments.
That sounds like brainwashing. That's literally what you're describing.
No, I mean, it gets terrible. So yes, so the U.S. District Judge Dolly Gee in L.A. ordered the Trump administration to obtain the consent or court order before administering any psychotropic medicine to migrant children, except in case of dire emergencies, and the government move all children out of a Texas facility, Shiloh Residential Treatment Center
In
Manville.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's familiar for some reason. Flashes back to PTSD when I was there. No. Oh, my hug jacket was my best friend. Anyway.
Staff members at Shiloh admitted to signing off on medications in lieu of parent, relative, or legal guardian, according to Key's ruling.
Of course they
Government
did.
officials, yeah. Government officials defended the practice, saying that they provided drugs only on an emergency basis, and the judge didn't buy that shit, pointing out that from the testimony of the children who said they were given pills every morning and every night, and that officials could not have possibly administered medicine to children on an emergency basis every day. So some of the children testified in court filings, recalling feelings of the side effects such as nausea, dizziness, depression, and weight gain, with some of them reportedly being forcefully injected with drugs. And others said that they felt that refusing medications would cause them to be detained longer.
Which is accurate, probably. They probably didn't just feel that, they were probably told that, too.
No, they were told that. So I witnessed, and this is a quote here from one of the children, saying, "I witnessed staff members forcibly giving medicine 4 times. 2 staff members pinned the girl down, and the doctor gave her 1 or 2 injections." Isabella, one of the childs held there, was prescribed multiple psychotropic medications at Shiloh, including topiramate, without her mother's consent, according to the April court filing.
I was like, Google.
Apparently, the mother was reachable. Nobody asked me for permission to give medications to my daughter, even though the staff at Shiloh had always had my telephone number and address.
Nerve pain medication and anticonvulsant. So this is for anti-seizures. Don't know why they would inject somebody with that for no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, it can also prevent migraine headaches. Oh, that's kind of cool, actually.
Yep, so the mother said Isabella's anxiety medications were causing her to tremble and feel nervous.
Oh, maybe that's why.
Isabella tells me that she's fallen several times, the mother testified, because the medications were too powerful and she couldn't walk.
Well, that's if it makes you relax that hard, you can't have fucking seizures and like, spasms if you can't move your muscles. Oh, shit.
But it's pretty crazy the long list that some of these children have gotten. So, like, here's one. So, another minor, Julio Z, another minor hailed at Shiloh, said he never knew exactly what the pills were. Court documents list clozapam, divalproxy, duloxin.
Where's this at? I see what minor viruses let them off children, but
it's pretty far down.
I think I might have missed it.
Oh, right above this one.
Clonazepam, I'm familiar with that one. I don't know a lot of these.
Relax, guanfacine,
Yeah.
Latuda,
it's a sedative. Yeah,
Geodon, and olanzapine.
This is a long list of medications.
That's a fucking laundry list of goddamn medications this one kid's
brain
taking.
Is probably fucked. Nerve pain medication and antidepressant. Wow. Alright, so we need to get some of these for the speakeasy. Oh, why did I try to print that? Oh, I just fucked that up entirely. Not entirely sure what happened there, but... Yeah, so that one... Is this, yeah, this is it. There we go, we're back to this. Oh wow, it loaded fucking ads here. This is AIDS. Yep, nerve pain medication. Yeah, this is
so what the hell are these things?
A lot of different fucking...
So, nerve pain, antidepressants.
Anticonvulsant. It's like, oh yeah, so kids started convulsing because of all the drugs again. I'll just give them an anticonvulsant. That's probably what started happening. Antipsychotic. It can treat schizophrenia. That is a... Thank you, Google. Geodon. This sounds like a Pokemon. Geodon.
And while he's doing that...
Antipsychotic for schizophrenia and bipolar.
So here's a quote from Julio. The staff threatened to throw me on the ground and forced me to take the medication, Julio Z testified. I also saw staff throw another youth to the ground, pry his mouth open, and force him to take the medicine. They told me if I didn't take the medicine, I could not leave, and that the only way I could get out of Shiloh was if I took the pills. Another one, Lucas R., a 12-year-old boy from Guatemala, who was detained in February, was transferred to Shiloh after he refused to take antidepressant Zoloft, which was causing him stomach pain, according to a separate court filing. Shiloh medical staff diagnosed Lucas with major depressive disorder and told him that the officials would not release him until Shiloh medical personnel declared him psychologically sound.
So what's even better about all this is that once you go into Texas, you have no rights as a minor. Like, you have no rights. Your parents don't even have rights to you. So, like, transferring them here, then they become, I guess, applicable to state laws, which is, like, ridiculous, Basically, they can get away with doing all this stuff.
Yeah, but here's the irony of this poor kid's depression. His depression was in large part triggered by, well, what do you know? Being kept away from his family. Who would have guessed that separating children from their family would cause these kids to be depressed? Crazy that. But basically this is a despicable company who's drugging kids up to the gills
so just think about what they do here. So maybe there's reasons why I've heard of this place, because of maybe it's a terrible fucking facility. I don't know. Obviously it's a terrible facility. So like they're just drugging kids. So then just think about what they do to the people that actually have to go here for their like mental problems. Oh boy. Like yeah, man. I don't know. Hey, maybe one of these days I'll just go check into a mental hospital and, like, let them go fuck with me and see how that works. They'll be like, oh, boy, you crazy. You never getting out. And be like, but I checked myself in. I would like to leave now. I'm sorry, but you can't leave until we say you're good to leave. Oh. Oh, no. This is bad. And then I come back and I'm just smiling. And because I was given happy pills. Like, we happy few.
Joy. Take your joy.
Yep. They're digging perfectly sane children under the guise of professionalism. drugging. Yeah, I was going like, oh, you can't, you can't, it was gonna go for like worse things like rape or whatever. Like, oh, you can't resist if you can't move your muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's all everything is bad. All of this is bad. Oof. All right, so yeah, let's goddamn. Yeah, so I saw this. We were talking about this today, and I didn't know about that.
This is ridiculous.
Yep.
Welcome, everybody.
Yep. So, Apple hangs on to its historic $1 trillion market cap. The stock gained 2.92% during trading to close at $207.39. It first reached $1 trillion milestone just for new initiative. And Amazon had also been fast approaching the threshold. Oh, so apparently my friends are saying they are the first company to hit $1 trillion in market cap?
Yes, that is correct.
Wow.
This is the first publicly traded U.S. company to reach $1 trillion. They are more valuable than Exxon
Is there
and
not
Shell.
a fucking company that exists in the world that's more than $1 trillion? Worth more than $1 trillion?
Well, I don't know whether there is, because I know they're very specific in saying it's the first publicly traded U.S. company.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be other $1 trillion companies.
Maybe.
You could Google that.
I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we talked it. Recently adjusted outstanding share count of count the zeros here. That's 4,829,926,000 shares. Gross. Investors had previously been looking for a share price of $203.45 to push Apple across the finish line in the race to $1 trillion, but the company's hefty stock buybacks moved the threshold higher Wednesday. Great. So, yeah, I think it just speaks how powerful the Apple ecosystem has become over the last few decades. Oh, I shudder at hearing all of this. Fuck! GBH Insights analyst Dan Ives told CNBC after the historic market move, "This is not the end. That they hit $1 trillion, I view this as just the kind of speaking to a new stage of growth and profitability."
I think legitimately Apple is the first $1 trillion company.
Oh, feels bad.
Because it's Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Microsoft, Facebook, Alibaba, and then Berkshire Hathaway and Tencent.
Wow.
It's like the top 8.
Tencent.
So, but no, all the tech companies are fucking valuable as hell. With Apple being $1 trillion company.
Oh, can all of the rich people across the world just stop? Like, what is it? Does Apple like secretly play fucking some sort of unhearable note to people that just brainwashes their users into thinking it's the best thing on the planet?
It's the reality distortion field outside of every Apple store.
Like, what the fuck? I never look at an Apple and go, man, I would want that. I've never, ever. I've always hated them. Maybe it's because we went to school and we dealt with Macs, but like, I was like, Macs aren't too bad, but they suck dick. Like, they're just not fun. It's just like, and they're so overpriced. So like an Apple, you can get an Apple that's like a decent gaming computer. Like, I think they have 1060s or something in them, but it's $3,000. $3,000. I just looked at that the other day, and I was like, gross. So anyway, yeah. Shit. I was credited the company's growing software and services revenue with driving.
So apparently, it wasn't the first company to reach $1 trillion.
Ah, good, because I want to rub that in my friend's face.
It's currently the most valuable company in the world. But I'm saying here, the first company to reach $1 trillion was PetroChina in 2007.
But is this the first U.S. company?
Well, yes, it was the first U.S. company. But however, in 2008, between 2007 and 2008, PetroChina lost all of the value because the entire global oil market fell out. Wow. And they lost $740 billion worth of value.
Wow, that has to hurt. Like fucking losing half of your body level hurt or something. Like, that's fucked.
Yeah, like you've lost your arms and legs.
Yeah. Holy fuck. No, you've lost fucking more than that, mate. You've lost like half of your abdominal region, fucking your ability to chew and swallow. Like, you're fully cognizant and aware, so you're not a full vegetable, but you can't live without assistance. like without feeding tube or
Yeah,
something.
that's that bad.
Because that's a
yeah.
lot of money to go from $1 billion and losing 700
trillion.
or $1 trillion and losing 700 million. That's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah,
Oh,
it apparently holds the world record for most value
I
loss.
bet. Fuck. So anyway, the catch-all category, which includes the App Store, Apple Care, Apple Pay, iTunes, and cloud services, posted a record revenue of $9.55 billion for the June quarter. It just
God
speaks
damn.
to the vision that co-founder Steve Jobs and now CEO
Oh,
Tim
fuck
Cook,
you, John Ives, or whoever the hell Ives is.
something Ives, have had in making sure
Johnny
Apple
Ives.
isn't just a hardware company. I've said. Amazon had also been approaching the threshold, surpassing 900 billion in market value in July. Apple had quite a head start, though, hitting 900 billion in November. Many on Wall Street noted earlier this week that Apple was firmly on the path to 1 trillion. Aswath Damodaran, professor of finance at New York University Stern School of Business, and the so-called dean of valuation, said the stock is still cheap even at 1 trillion. As the day is closed, Apple had gained 22% in 2018 and more than 30% in the last 12 months. What was the current stock price at? 207? I don't know. If you're really rich, this is where you can make great money. But like for the rest of us,
Yeah, go for Amazon. They're about to break $1 trillion.
Yeah, if you're really, really rich, go for Amazon. But so remember when I was looking at that job and like I think it was like 1,500 a share. Dude, it's up to 1,800, almost like straight 2,000 a share. So Amazon's got a lot. Dude, if I would have taken the Amazon job and got stock options, oh boy, I'd be rolling in the money. Even if I fucking took stock options at TI, I could roll in money. So they get like a 25% off of market price or whatever if they choose to buy stock options.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, dude, you could literally turn around and sell it same day and make money. If you dump like a couple grand into it every time you get to do that. I mean, if you really wanted to do that. Or just hold on to it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so yeah, here's actually that same story. The first company ever reached $1 trillion market value was in China and got crushed. Right here. That was actually a story thing.
Yeah, that was the story I saw.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yep.
Good.
So on to the final stories of the evening.
Yes.
They're stupid and crazy.
Yes. Also known as crucifix news.
Which I think both of these come out of New Zealand, so...
Nice.
So, for the first story, so rapist too fat for prison, and it costs $1,250 every day in a hospital.
Please name this segment after me. No, if like there was like a segment where people were just getting fucking trashed and wasted, it'd be the crucifixism. So I'm looking at this picture, like I guess it's from. What is wrong with this picture? This dude's got like it looks like half photoshopped or something. There's just a crease in his face, and it's like a different color from there up.
I think there's some kind of reflection or maybe something on the lens.
Yeah.
Maybe it's through glass.
Maybe it is through glass. That would make sense.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's probably through glass, yeah.
Yeah. This man is
Yeah, because you can see the line of glass.
Kenneth,
where his nose is.
Is it sad to tell you that he looks like you, only if you were much fatter and older? It kind of does. You would have to be much fatter.
Not really.
And much older.
No, that's not. See, the nose is completely different.
No, I'm sorry. He has to have a giant Jew nose. I forget.
I don't have a giant nose.
I'm slightly offended. I don't have a giant nose. Anyway, it's beautiful. Carry on with the story.
So, a rapist deemed too obese for prison will cost the taxpayers at least $1,250 each day he spends in the hospital. That's more than 4 times the $300 daily cost of keeping an inmate behind bars, which is still, that's quite a lot, I think.
I mean, considering I pay $1,400 a month for this, plus daily or whatever, I don't even know. How did he even rape a bitch? Can't find his dick. You right.
So, Marcus Shane Sullivan last week was sentenced to 8 years and 4 months in prison for raping and sexually abusing 3 young girls in Kaikoura.
What is this? Is this in Japan?
No, this is in New Zealand.
Oh, weird. That's a fucking... I don't know if that's New Zealand. That's definitely Asian. It's weird.
No, well, it's New Zealand, man. They're very close to Southeast Asia. So
When he was
aged between
Oh,
14
so it was a long
or
time
20
ago.
to 22.
That's a large age gap.
Well, like you said, it happened between the 1980s and 1990s.
On top of that, he raped 3 young girls. He was underage for a large portion of that himself. So
Yeah, but rape is still rape.
I
No matter, it
suppose that's
doesn't mean
true.
that age
This is
doesn't
all
matter.
weird though. Like they're catching him on they're tagging him on this many years after. I'm guessing.
Yeah, it sure is pretty strange for this to
Did it
finally
beat
come
the
to light in
statute
court.
of limitations, boy? Actually, he might have if it was in America.
Yeah, he might have, but this is in New Zealand, so.
Yep. Anyway.
Yep, but his health has deteriorated since the trial in January,
Well, I
where
was gonna say you missed the
February.
part where he said he appeared in court by audiovisual link, lying on a hospital gurney.
Yeah, where the jury found him guilty of 10 charges of sexual violation, rape, and kidnapping. He ended up at the Burwood Hospital in Christchurch, virtually immobile, with complications from morbid obesity, including a serious infection and back problems. And apparently he has to go there because the prison hospitals don't have the resources to keep up with his medical care.
Yeah, it's because like prison hospitals aren't prison hospitals. They're usually just like nurses' offices and schools kind of level shit.
Yeah, pretty
Unless
much.
unless it's a large like ultra prison. Like I think American prisons might have good hospitals. Some might have really good hospitals.
I think it just depends on the prison.
Yeah.
Some of them might have doctors on
Well,
staff.
if it's a
or
super max or
dentists.
something, they have good.
Well, yeah, if
stuff.
it's like a Sabermax or something of that nature, where
But like,
I mean, you have to have particular staff.
But like a
inside.
county holding tank or something has jack shit.
Yeah. No.
You're going to fucking real hospital, boy. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird because it's New Zealand. That you would think that maybe they're not even used to having people in prison. I don't know.
I don't know.
They're all fucking Kiwis there, mate.
Yeah, but I'm just like, it's pretty crazy. I know there's a lot of outrage there that the taxpayers are having to pay, 4 times the cost to keep this man in the hospital because he's morbidly obese. But I can understand where they're coming from because who wants to pay so much money to keep a damn rapist alive because he's morbidly obese?
But think about it in the grand scheme of things, like that's your tax money, and $12.50 out of all the people getting taxed is minuscule.
Yeah, but also more is that, I mean, if you're in jail, if you're in prison, they're like it said there in the article, there's a duty of care.
Yeah, they have to take
provide
care
medical
of
services. They have to take care.
That's why honestly for people that are like legit homeless, it's better for them to literally break the law to try to get in prison because 3 meals a day and they get taken care of.
Which, as we've covered, people have done.
Yes.
Including for medical care or other reasons. There's the guy who robbed a bank to get away from his nagging wife.
Yep. I mean, it is whatever.
He stole exactly $1.
That's funny.
Or there was a person who, a few years ago, who tried to rob a bank to get, or we covered that story again. Another guy who robbed another bank to get medical care.
Yeah, that one was I think that one was a homeless man.
Is it?
I don't know. One of them was a homeless man at some point that tried to rob stuff, just so he could do that, get fucking proper care and everything.
I guess for the final story of the evening, and
for the final story of the evening,
what a bitch.
A woman bashes amputee after being called out over taking disability parking space. Beautiful. What the fuck are you gonna do about it, mate? An able-bodied mother who assaulted a woman with a disability in a spat over a mobility car park was setting a bad example for her watching children, judge says. Well, accurate. Children learn by example, Judge Stephanie Edwards told Melly Pascal, what the fuck, in Palmerston North District Court on Tuesday. They'll remember what you did more than what you said afterwards. And what she did was not pretty, smashing the woman about the head and body. Pascal's husband drove to Countdown Supermarket in Palmerston North one day in March. She and her children were passengers. He parked in a disability space before going inside. A woman with a below-the-knee amputation parked next to Pascal, stared at the car, and then went to go inside. Pascal, 8 months pregnant at the time, took offense. This sounds like Trooper. She stared at the car and took offense, got out of her car, and started to verbally abuse the woman. The woman said Pascal should not be parked in a disability space. Pascal reacted by punching the woman in the head and body before going away.
Goddamn, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? She's like, you shouldn't be parked, like, a clearly disabled person, like, you shouldn't be parked there.
Yep.
Disabled parking. It's like, I want to punch you in the fucking face.
Hey, it's what happens when you're angry. Also, like pregnancy hormones. Anyway, the woman suffers from a condition that means she cannot remember what people's faces look like. She took out her cell phone to get a photo of Pascal, for which she reported the incident to police. Well, that's interesting. A condition that means she can't remember what people's faces look like. You mean memory loss? Memory problems? Is there a legit?
I think it's a
Is there
particular.
a condition that you literally can't remember people's faces?
Yeah, there is,
Really?
because the face is triggered. The remembering a person's face is actually a very particular part of your brain, like remembering a person's voice.
That part I
So
got
it
down.
uses similar parts of the brain in respect to their particular functions.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's because it's like how babies remember people's faces
Mm-hmm.
in a sense. Same similar principle.
Ah, yes, nice. So Pascal then demanded the phone before assaulting the woman again, only stopping when a member of the public intervened. The judge said the woman no longer went grocery shopping on her own and had lost much of her independence through fear. What? She worried about meeting Pascal in public, as her condition meant she had no idea what her attacker would look like, the judge said. Pascal was sentenced to 9 months supervision for common assault. What? Dude, in America, you would have been, like, thrown away for a little bit. 9 months supervision. Fuck.
Yeah.
I find that kind of funny. I like the sentence there. I mean, that lady went ham for no reason. That's a bit ridiculous. A bit.
Well,
fucking ridiculous.
that's probably the worst punishment that judge could have really done. Because think about it, that means she's forced to be at home with her new kids for 9 months.
I mean, that is actually
Yeah.
a pretty terrible thing. Even though she's probably already going to be there anyway. But anyway.
I mean, she's considering she's already had 2 kids, so she's clearly gone through it multiple times.
Right? So fucking, call Judge Judy. Judge Judy would have thrown the book at that bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway. Alright, thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
She would have had some words for her.
Yep. That is the end of our show tonight. Thank you all for joining, stopping by, hanging out, and whatever. You can catch us on the next show. I may or may not be doing shows this weekend because the whole Texas meetup thing. We'll just see what times everything's about. I probably won't be around for Shadowrun on that statement. I mean, I might. We'll see.
It's no biggie.
Yeah, but I won't be around for D&D either, probably. I might just be super late. One of the two. Anyway, we'll catch you guys on the next stream whenever you drop by. Again, thank you for joining, and have a good night.